What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got I Was Wrong. Now, probably this type of style of video will probably be the only time you'll ever see like I was wrong or something like that. If I'm not like doing like a trolling video, you'll never see some type of apology video. If I say something or do something, I mean it. Okay, no, that's a lie. No, hold up, wait. If I say something or do something and I'm not kidding, I mean it. Someone could be, oh, you said burn this person, and like niggas would be trolling, bro. Stop it. But we got like a couple things where I was wrong about. You see the shirt. Duct tape can't fix stupid, but it can muffle the sound. All right. Why am I bringing that up? So, if you don't know, give you a little lesson. Now, when I'm recording this, we got like we probably about to get a couple more months and then really go heavy into this when it comes to elections and stuff like that. Probably when this video drops, people gonna be going crazy with their campaigns and shit like that. So I bring this up because can you go down there and vote? Now let me see. I think there's two occasions. Two occasions. But I forgot what it's called, dude. Hopefully they know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, damn. Well, I guess there's multiple occasions then. I thought there was only two. So there's five, I guess. But basically, where we can vote for a candidate, they could win the popular election and still not win. They could still not win the presidency. So the two I was thinking of was who was it? Bush and Al Gore, and Trump and Clinton. So, but apparently there was a 1824, 1876, and 1888. I didn't know about those. But so you might be wondering, how does this happen? So there's this thing called Electoral College, and basically when I don't remember what specific thing. I don't know if it was U.S. history. Let's just say social studies in general. Why do we say social studies? I don't know, bro. But the teacher I had at the time was was describing it and saying, "Oh, you know, people who put that in order knew that a lot of Americans will be stupid." And now at first I'm like, well, I guess just forget our vote then, screw it then. I mean, I'm kind of still like that in a way, but now I finally get why this is a problem. We got all these people who are just completely delusional. If we keep going down this route, I made a video, it should be released already, saying the next generation is doomed. Now I kind of went on a tangent talking about like one of the examples. I was talking about the Last of Us show, but if we keep going on this way, and there was no electoral votes, and it was strictly majority, who we'd be in for a rough ride. Here's another thing. I was wrong too when it came to Biden. I'm not even gonna lie. Now listen, I still firmly believe so the minimum you can be is 35 years old. I strongly believe there should be a max age. Like if you're getting like 75, you like if you're 75, you have to be the best. You have to be the best candidate. You have to be the have the potential to be the best president that we'd have ever seen and probably ever will see. Felt that way about Trump and Biden. But I was wrong about Biden. I viewed it as like I was never a Trump supporter, but I was never a person who disliked Trump. I just felt he should have some more experience. Now I don't know. He could be, and I could just be mistaken. Some form of, and the word just fucking left my mind. Some form of experience within politics. Like if Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to run for president, I don't know how old he is, and he's kind of in better shape. That's another thing. If you're in better shape, or you're a little bit older, we can let it slide a little bit. Like RFK, ain't the nigga like 70? Okay, he could probably beat my ass even though he's 70. But like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't know. I remember if it was mayor. I think it was governor of California. I don't remember, and I don't know how good of a job he did. But where you have some sort of experience in that. Now, I still agree somewhat. And the reason I say that is because my 12th grade years, political systems and economics, and like one semester was one and the other semester was the other. The time we did political systems, we had a thing. We talked about all the forms of government, and then how the United States is like a merger of multiple like forms of government. And then so if we were in charge of a country, like how would we form like the government? And then so we basically wrote it down, da da da. That was one grade. Talked to other people, that was another grade, and then presented in front of the class. Mine was like it was a mix of like three things. It was basically like republic, democracy, and like dictatorship. I believe someone at the top, still with some checks and balances, should have some like should be able to make some sort of difference. Like I don't really take presidency that much serious because like, what major things can they really do, especially in 4 years? But in that scenario, if y'all want me to break down like how the whole thing came about, because it was elaborate. Like when I talked about people, be like, huh? Then when I explained it, then it was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. But within that little thing that I had, some regular schmegler dude can, like, if they're proving themselves through for everyone, can be able to lead that country. But besides something like that, and that's very, well, we gotta depend on if this person's good and if the people behind them are actually thinking critically. So, but other than that, I think they should still have some form of political background. So when it came to Trump and Biden, well, granted, at the time I wanted Bernie Sanders, but he was old as shit, so I was like, well, that's tough. They were all old heads. I was going with, I mean, even though Trump was president for them, I mean, I didn't vote, but like I'm saying, who I wanted, I was like, okay, well, Biden, he was vice president, so he should have some experience. But bruh can barely formulate any types of sentences. It's looking tough. And then your man's, what's his name, Mitch? Oh my god, that looked like something out of like a horror movie, bro. I don't know what's going on with y'all, dude. This is coming like a couple weeks later, but when bro froze up, his face in general just looks like some, like it'll be in a horror movie, bro. It is what it is. So I was wrong about that. But yeah, when it came to Trump, I was wrong. I think he could have been better than Biden. But other thing I was wrong. I guess I really kind of explained electoral college. A lot of people nowadays, if people were able to actually vote for the president, or vote for the president, and I don't see that ever being a good situation. I used to, so I was wrong about that. Another thing. Speaking of government, all of these are kind of like some government things. I was just talking about political systems. Now, we talked about it way before political systems. This was back in so political systems I learned, that was in 12th grade. This is all the way back in middle school. But I was wrong about theocracy. Now, granted, if I'm in a theocratic, I don't even know if that's a word. I just tried to take democratic and with the theocracy. But if I was in a country like that, I don't know how everything goes, but as long as they're able to leave and go to a different country with different views, cool. And then also I don't know if there's nations who do this, but if there's nations who basically have strict, let's just say North Korea media and a theocratic government. But I was wrong about it. This is what made me make this video. No, I think I made it. No, Electoral College was the first one. But this is what made this be a bigger video. Is we got we got freedom of religion. Okay. Freedom of religion. But it's are things better here with all these freedoms, or should people abide by certain most of things that are laws or rules in countries and shit like that come from rules and religions and shit like that. And some of the things I agree, or I could be I could see why that's a rule. For instance, if we're talking about Norse mythology and if you die in battle, then you go to Valhalla, or however whoever's trying to pronounce it. But I'm oh, that's smart. You die for your cause, and that's the way that you go on to their version of heaven. So I'm okay. Or if it's something where I think I added this one recently, cause there was a video, and it was talking about certain like rules and I don't want to speak like I'm an expert, but it was talking about certain rules within like Muslim let's just say Muslim law, I guess, for lack of a better term, where it's like they have these certain measures, like someone who's in a Muslim country and someone who's in the United States, this person is gonna be a more abiding by the law because there's drastic consequences, and I think that should be a thing. Now it just depends. Like for instance, that's why it's just a little tricky, cause like it might be like something where I'm like, oh, if I litter, like I shouldn't get my ass beat for littering, but like if someone goes out there, this is my personal thing. I don't know if any religions do this. If someone was go out there and and grape someone, now depending on we can do a couple things. Listen, you either gotta oh hey, there's this, I don't want, it's kind of too soon to say that, so let me try to rephrase it. Let's say we have, I don't know how we do that. Let's say like I don't know what the things are asking, but like where there's like certain chips that you could put in, and like I don't know what they do basically. Like if they make it where you have some sort of HUD and you can like, it's like VR IRL, like in real life. I don't know. So let's say something like that where like you can talk to someone on the phone with a chip in your head, right? Or if someone does something like that, they either got to volunteer to be experiments to see if that works. They got to get castrated. There has to be something drastic. You have to make it where no one is going to do something. Like recently, I think this was one of the things. Recently, some people, just like two people was talking about some, man, I just don't want to go to Dubai because blah blah blah. First and foremost, yeah, bro, don't even go. Second of all, most of the things, like, all right, some of the things, obviously, they're not gonna be like, what was it? It was like, don't do something with your left hand. It was something. Obviously, they're not gonna be like, that was a sign of disrespect. You're a foreigner, motherfucker. Get your ass in that goddamn jail. Like, obviously, not gonna be something like that. And then even if when you go into another country, you have to just know the rules. You can't just go into another country and think you're just gonna act completely the same. And then another thing, there was two posts. One post was just talking about it, and another post was like giving like list of things that you can't do. Let me see if I can find it. But a lot of the things, it was like, just don't be a fucking degenerate. Like, bro, stop. What you need to shake your ass for and show your titties and stuff like that, bro, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be able to do that in this country. Bro, I saw the video. I shit you not. It was at a pride parade. There was kids around. Niggas had their fucking dicks out. Girls had their titties out. That is public indecency. Now I know damn well I didn't spend my whole, like, 15 through like 20 years, not 15 to 20 years, but like 15 years old to like 20 years old, basically not having sex in certain situations where I could have, because I don't want to be brought in for public indecency and then registered as a sex offender. Buddy in the video went up to the cop and said, is this illegal? Nah, they could do what they want. Their hands are fucking tied, bruh. I think it was San Diego. Was it San Diego? San Antonio? Not San Antonio. It was a city in California. I've been saying in videos, if you're in California, New York, get out. And I ain't talking about Jordan Peele. 15 things you can't do in Dubai. Fuck. Maybe I could find it on this. Oh, okay, I think that's it. All right. So yeah, it said do not use your left hand to greet anyone. See, that's the thing. Like, are they gonna throw you in jail or like fucking lynch you for that? Fucking whip you or something? I doubt it. Do not indulge in PDA. That was typical here in America, but now we're just getting, like I said, when I said the next generation is doomed. Before it was don't do none of that. Then it was okay, just a little peck. Uh then it was okay, we can kiss. Then it was I could slap your ass, and then it was I could grab your titties. Then it was she gonna give me top on the side of the street, like, bro. And now it's we can fully just expose ourselves to kids, bro. What is this? Do not dress inappropriately. Now I guess and that's another thing. It has to. Well, it's kind of vague because it was written like centuries ago, but some things are not vague, like in Muslim population, Muslim, let's just say Muslim law, where a woman like covering herself. Do not cuss in public. Now I don't agree with that, but hey, well, not that I don't agree with that, but what am I saying? Like, I can see someone messing up, but you also have to think. Like, for instance, I don't go around my mom cussing like that, unless it's like that said, this said. Like, for instance, she said something. I was like, "Did you just call me nigga?" Like, I didn't. Like, that's what it sounded like she said. But if you can do that, you can make that transition when it comes to public. And if you can't do that, that is your problem. Do not take photographs without permission. Yeah. And y'all sit there and y'all want to be Karens when y'all in America, like, I don't consent to be okay. I don't remember that one in the photo that I saw. Do not carry all of your medicines. I don't know what that means. Do not eat in public during Ramadan. Respect their traditions. Do not make rude hand gestures while driving. Yeah. Do not bring prohibited items. Yeah. Niggas be going to different countries with weed and shit like that. You're not in America. And you just started doing that in America. Like, stop. Do not disrespect the royal family in public. You don't get freedom of speech in another country. The last hope for the whole entire world, I can't explain it to you, but just take my just take my word for it. The last countries in the world to combat any of all of this BS is, or let's just say places, let's say continents or countries or cities or whatever the hell, is countries like the United States, or maybe some Asian countries like Japan and stuff like that, and continent-wise Africa. I can't really get into that. That's really a slippery slope, but just know that those once those have fallen victim to everything, now United States were kind of like, we're protected by that. The reason I say United States, we're protected by freedom of speech. This person says this person says that. This person gets silenced. This person wins every time. There's nothing anyone can do. So if you don't agree with this, say goodbye. But yeah, You don't get to get there and talk about the royal family. And this is nothing new. Other kingdoms, you say something about the royal family, you get your tongue removed. It is what it is. Do not miss visiting the popular tourist spots. No, I don't think anyone's gonna be following you around. It's like, did you go here? Um, do not stay together in a hotel if you're unmarried. I don't know about that. Do not cross dress. Yeah, they're not. We don't. A lot of people don't play with that stuff. We just have to. We just have to let you do that stupid shit in other countries, but do not drink in public. Don't be a fucking degenerate. Do not dance in public. I mean, okay. But yeah, some of those, like half of those things is just like common sense. Another quarter of those things are like, yeah, you're in a different country, you play by different rules, and then some of those things is kind of like, okay, what would be the punishment for that? Like, okay, obviously they're not gonna fucking give you 100 lashes for this. But yeah, the last thing I was wrong about, I was kind of speaking about it, is gay marriage. Now, when it was legalized, I was like, good. Me personally, I was always, listen, what you do, that's on you. Someone wants to get married, cool, no problem. No problem whatsoever. But, and I still think that. Two guys want to get married, let them get married. Two women want to get married, let them get married. Now, one, I'm not really a big marriage person anyway, so maybe I feel a little different, because there's nothing from marriage that I can't get out of a regular relationship that is a positive for me. So I mean, besides maybe someone, if they want to try to call my kid a bastard, I guess. But the reason I say I was wrong about this is because this was the very start of all this shit going around. And then I talked about how, like, we got all these pride flags in churches and shit like that. Think back to when churches were getting in trouble for not marrying two men. Now take that for 10 years. You're gonna start to try to be progressive. So yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I still think if someone wants to be in a relationship with someone, it, well, I don't know. We could try to make the argument, like playing devil's advocate, like, what if it's a family member? What if they loved the family member? What if they loved someone who's uh, th- this is their age? So yeah, it's kind of like, but that was kind of like the first. That's kind of like the first, saying, crank in the army. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Thumbs up, subscribe, stay tuned for the next one.